Alright, wonderful people, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform where they giving a back-to-back update on how things they be, on how things they shell for Biafra land. Yes, my people, yes, if you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also remember to like and share this broadcast as it is hot. Alright, my wonderful people, the latest one with the boss brains right now. We say, yes, Zoo Police has invaded the principal of Stars of Nation School. Yes, accusing him of being involved with a bad governance protest. Yes, saying that he was involved with financing terrorism. Yes, my people, that is what they are calling the protest that was made. My people, these zoo people, they off me because me I know come they understand. Your people are coming out to protest because of how they are suffering, and you are calling it you're calling it terrorism. You're calling what they did terrorism, saying that this so-called principal financed terrorism. My people, if you look at it, this is the same kind of thing that happened during when Boko Haram started giving issues, and the indigenous people of Biafra also came out and did a protest during that time, and they left Boko Haram, that was actually a known terrorist group, and decided to name Biafra movement, or IPOB, a terrorist group. And people, look at it and look at what has just weigh the same thing that happened then and weigh the same thing that is happening now. You will just come to find out that it is the same thing. It is the same people that they are dealing with. They change government or they change authority, but it's the same set of people, the same kind of mindset, the same cabal that is still in power at the moment. That is just the truth of the matter. Okay, so coming from the Sahara Reporter, they said here that it has been reported that the school administrator had been invited by the Office of the Deputy Commissioner of Police Intelligence Response Team, IRT, Department of Force Intelligence, over allegations of criminal conspiracy, terrorism, financing, and treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. All these things just because of someone is linked to supporting or financing the end bad governance. That is just it. Okay, the Nigerian police have invaded the house of principal of Stars of Nation Schools in Nasarawa State, Mrs. Helene Batubo, in connection with end bad governance protests. It was reported that the school administrator had been by the Office of the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Intelligence Response Team, IRT, Department of Force Intelligence over allegations of criminal conspiracy, terrorism, financing, and treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. The invitation, detailed in an official letter, required the school principal to appear for an interview on Tuesday, August 20th, 2024, at the IRC complex in Guzapi in district. It says here that on Tuesday, it was reported that the Batubo is a stepdaughter of Mr. Andrew, who owns the school and runs the bookshop on the second floor of the Nigerian Labour Congress, which is in Abuja. So, the bookshop, along with other rooms in the building, was raided by the security agents, who carted away some materials, claiming that the materials were used to incite and organize the ongoing bad governance protests in the country. It just lets you know that when the PM Eba said that Igbos should avoid joining, Biafrans should avoid joining this thing, they come the para say why PM Eba go they call that kind of thing. Why is he saying to look at the results? Look at the result that these people are looking for who to arrest after when people came out to protest is now a bad thing. To come out and speak for yourself is now a bad thing. Ha! My people, they shock me. If you know they shock you now, they shock me. He says that it was reported that the police raided the house of the school principal, and coming from the sources, they said they have invaded the house of the principal of the Stars of Nation Schools in connection with the end bad governance protests. They invited them and they sent a letter that next week they will come, but they burgled the house. Rather, let's say they said that they would come next week, but instead they now came the day they sent the same letter They came, in fact, they did not come the day they sent the letter, rather, but they came before when they said they would actually come to raid. And that is just the truth of the matter. They would always trick you and say something else and do whatever they would want to do at the end. That is just what these people are known for. That is what they would always do. Because, of course, they would not want people to be caught. Yes. So he says here also, one of the things we've gotten is that this set of things that are happening, we should just know that it should be taken into record that these things are fully done just because of the things that concern the Biafra movement. And people, let us be aware of these things and be very, very wary. Avoid anything that PM tells us to avoid, because this is the result. This is just the result of it. Okay, anyway, Shana, so it be, na so it hot, my people. As the hot railway, we have a big news coming, big news voice notes recording coming soon, immediately after I'm done. And my people, listen carefully. It is connected with the Biafra movement and everything that we've been fighting for. Listen attentively. Yes, thank you.
On a particular day, that means it is a vote of no confidence in the government of that very nation within that very territory. It is the legitimization of the name of that nation or the government of that nation within that very territory. The so-called non-state actors have no right to shut down the entire region of any nation that has a government. No right whatsoever. You can't shut it down. You can't. The only people that have the constitutional right to say today nobody goes out, because you must give a reason for people to obey you and sit at home. The only entity that has that very right to do so is the government of that very nation, not the so-called non-state actors, as they call us. So for the fact that we have been doing it successfully, that is number one, the legitimization of the zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom within the Biafra territory. That is number one. And then, not only that, we have been showing to the whole world that Biafra land is a nation of its own, that now has a government, that now has military organization, air force, police, navy, and everything, including resistance fighters, and has the capacity to conduct self-referendum, which is voting process, plebiscite, whatever you may call it. These are the signs of the legitimization of an animal kingdom within Biafra land. So now, this declaration which is coming, the declaration of Biafra, which is coming as soon as possible, very, very soon. The declaration of Biafra will now make it official. That is the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake will be the pronunciation, the declaration, the declaration will now make it official to the whole world that these people have declared their nation. Because let me tell you one thing, the most legitimate way of building a nation, the most legitimate way of coming together to have a nation is when the people within that very land come together to declare their nation. That is the most legitimate form of having a nation. Not when outsiders, the way Britain did, they invaded Africa and say, you are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, you are this and that. From today moving forward, you are called the Royal Niger Company territory. For all of you who are not aware, that was the former name of Nigeria. Those of you who are not aware, you are learning it today. That was whenever you hear Royal Niger Company, it is not a mere say, It was the name, the official name of Nigeria. The official name of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. It was called the Royal Niger Company Territory. That was the official name. The Royal Niger Company Territory. You must put that, you must remember that word, territory. That was the official name of Nigeria in the olden days. When it was amalgamated, it was never amalgamated as a Nigeria. It was amalgamated as the Royal Niger Company Territory. Until a woman known as Flora Shaw, a concubine of Frederick Lord Lugard, suggested the name called Nega Area. And that name was adopted by her boyfriend or man friend, which is the Lord Lugard himself. Excuse me. And today it becomes Nigeria. Are you understanding? So that is the reality on ground. And let's listen to the Prime Minister once again as we move.
Legitimization of Nigeria. 2 is the legitimization of Biafra.
Now, like as I was saying, the most, the most important way, the best form of making or having a nation is when the people gathered and make a nation. That is the most legitimate way of making a nation, not when you are being invaded like the zoo. So, declaring Biafra on 2nd of December will now legitimize the Biafra nation as an independent state, because the origins, the citizens, the indigenes have come together to declare from today moving forward, we are called Biafra, independent state of Biafra. That is the most legitimate way of making a nation, not by invasion. Now let's continue.
After the declaration, we are going to have a very long battle with Nigeria.
Very nice and good. Very, very, very smart. Now we are fastly and hastily getting into the point where I want us to discuss. We are hastily getting into that very stage. Are you paying attention? So, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile has said something that people have always been confused about. Pay attention. Please, wherever you are watching from, hit the like button. Whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, hit the like button. Very, very important. We are live and direct. And of course, Igbo is bearing us witness. The time right now is approximately 35 minutes past 8 p.m. in the land of Chukwokikabiama. This is our live presentation. He said, we are going to have a long battle with the zoo. And that takes me back to what I just said a couple of minutes ago when I was analyzing Benjamin Carlos' idiocy. I said that one thing that is making me happy, that's giving me joy, is that we do not know how long the Biafran battle with the zoo will last. You heard me when I said it. We are not certain how long it will last. That's what is making me happy. Whether the zoo is going to surrender within 6 months or they're going to surrender within 1 year or whatever, I don't know. But one thing is for sure, they will surrender. And remember that we are not giving up. I didn't say giving up anytime soon, no? Because when you say anytime soon, it will look as if there's any time in future where you are going to give up. No. Giving up or laying down arms is not on our dictionary. This is not 1967. This is not 1967 and can never be 1970. The zoo must be aware of this. And again, there's something the Prime Minister said. We are getting there. So, he said that we are going to have a long battle with the zoo. A long battle with the zoo. Which means that ndị Igbo si na-abụ esibe egheghe anyị anọdụ anaghị ana. Ebulu onye Igbo, no matter where you come from, you will understand what I said. Na-esibe egheghe anyị nọdụ anaghị ana. If I pay you a visit in your house and with determination of eating supper in your house, and then you are pretending that the food is not getting done, I will sit, as far as I'm comfortable in that house, I will sit there and wait for that food until whenever it is done, we will eat it. We must eat it. Whether I will be there in as much as I'm comfortable there, and you don't have any right, even though you claim that it's your house, but you have no right to ask me to leave. You are pretending the food is not getting done. I will be there and wait for that food until the food is done. We will eat it. That is the battle we are in. You must understand it. We will make the zoo uncomfortable for them to vacate. Whether they like it or not, they will vacate. And that brings me to another topic of where somebody made a comment and mentioned something that is called war of attrition. We will get into that later, but let's continue.
After the declaration, we are going to have a very long battle with Nigeria. But this battle, the good news is that we define how this battle will be fought.
The good news.
We will fight them diplomatically, we will fight them politically, we will fight them internationally, and of course, we will fight them locally.
We'll fight them locally, which is militarily. We'll fight them militarily. Now, he said the good news is we are going to be the one to define how this battle will be fought. Some people say, do you have enough army to fight the zoo? Do you have enough equipment to fight the zoo? Do you know they have armored cars? Do you know they have fighter jets? Do you know they have this and that? How I wish I could see that video. Oh my God, there's a video someone sent to me. Someone sent, I'm not prepared for that video. If I knew, I would have prepared for it. I wish I have a video where they were showing military hardwares, military armored personnel carrier, military, bomber jet, fighter jet, Super Tucano. What's their names? Including armored tanks and all that. That U.S. Army abandoned in Afghanistan and ran away. They ran for their dear life. With all the equipment, the Afghanistan government, which you call Taliban, they were showcasing those arms just a couple of days ago. How I wish I could see that video. I would like to play it. I would love to play that video, honestly speaking. So, people were asking questions. Do you have arms? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do you know Nigeria is equipped? Do you know the zoo has this and that? It is not about what they have. This is another thing that every individual must understand, that it is not about what the zoo have. It is about the determination. It is about the determination. It is about the decision. And above all, it is about the strategy of those who are fighting us, which is us. And more importantly, is about the strategy of those who are fighting, which is us. Is about the strategy. So that is what the Prime Minister said, that he said the good part is that we are going to determine how this battle is being fought. We will determine it, not the zoo. In 1967, they determined for Biafrans because of what? We never knew what we wanted to do. The declaration of Biafra, let me tell you another mistake that caused that very conventional warfare. The declaration of Biafra in 1967 wouldn't have been the first. Are you paying attention? Ojukwu did it as a military man, a military head of state in the old eastern region of the zoo. A military governor, sorry. But he did not know that that declaration would have led to invasion that caused the conventional warfare. So he didn't do the needful. He didn't put many things in place because he never knew it would have led to that. And again, during that olden days, the zoo thought that they can just invade Biafra and wipe Biafrans. Just wipe all of them in 24 hours. They never knew it would have been like that. Are you getting me? But now, this government of Biafra has already put everything in place, whereby our men are in the bush. Our men are in mafia. And they know where we are. The good part is that they know where we are. So they know where to get us. Are you paying attention? They know where to get us. They know where to find us. So you cannot leave us where we are and you go outside there to look for us. The whole world is aware where we are. Are you paying attention? So these are the difference. We will determine how to fight this battle. We will determine it. And there is no any amount of threat. There is no any amount of diversion of attention that will make us deviate from the principles and the template of this very war. No amount of threat or attention diversion that will make us change the strategies, the template of this very war. We must stick on our strategy and defeat the zoological republic. You understand? So we will determine, as we have already determined, how this war will be fought. They know where to meet us. I want to say it again. They know where to meet us because they know where we are. And we are not hiding. We are not saying, we are not panicking because they know where we are. No, they know. But let them come. They must come to meet us. Whether they like it or not, they must come to meet us. You cannot chicken out. If you chicken out, if you go and hide in your barracks and you don't want to come and meet us, then we have defeated you. You must come to meet us because you cannot allow some group of people to carry AK-47 within a place where you call your territory inside bush. You can't allow it. You have to go and fish them out. So come. The zoo must come to meet us. It's a must. Whether they like it or not, they must come to meet us. Mad people everywhere.
So, the 2nd of December is not after that. Some of you will come and say, oh, There is still military barracks. You are going to have them.
Did you get that? I told you that we have gotten to the point that I want to, analyze properly. Those of you who will say, "Oh, there are still military barracks," they will be there. They will be there. Pay attention to this. This is one of the most important parts of this very video and, of course, this very live broadcast. You will say after the declaration, there are still, checkpoints. Some of them will still be there. It is not listing. Are you not the one who is telling us, are you ready to fight the zoo? They have Air Force, they have bomber jet, they have military personnel carrier, they have armor tanks and all that. Are you not the one saying it? So do you think they will have all of these things and then they hear that we have declared Biafra, then all of them they will run? No! No way! It does not happen that way. No, they tell us what they have. So how do you think that they will have all of those things and then they will run immediately? No. Those things they have will continue to give them hope and, encouragement that somehow they will defeat these people, because army is trained not to retreat. Army is trained, whether in the zoo, whether zoo army or elsewhere. Army is trained not to give up until they meet their Waterloo. That's why, especially this zoo one, this Fūlăñis army, we call them Janjaweed. Until they meet their Waterloo, they don't give up. So that's why the PM said we are going to have a long battle with the zoo. So by the time the freedom is declared, the nation is declared, that is when the main battle will commence. That's why I told you it's going to be more brutal, because that time doom. And this doom Ghana sound will be sounding on top of their head, on top of their own head, on top of their own head. They don't know what is going to hit them. So how do we conquer it? We will conquer it because, listen, like the proverb I gave you, I said, Esibe, Ayano, we're in our home. Biafra land is our home. We know the terrain. We know everywhere. They came. They are the ones who came here. They don't know here more than us. And again, the spirit of our land is with us, because we are fighting to save the land. Are you paying attention? So, now, what next? By the time we keep on neutralizing the terrorists, sending them to Oboda, they will run. Also kafayeju webapu Oboda. Also kafayeju weboso. So if you say, if you see the barracks, don't think that once we declare Biafra, we will now tell them, oh yeah, leave Biafra land. They will just leave. They cannot chicken out. They will still be doing a mokanda fisi baka se aputawa afane fisi baka. Once you send them to judgment, other ones will come. We will continue. We are not getting tired. We can never be tired. Now, the PM has something else to say. Let's listen to him.
But let me tell you, if the Vietnamese fought America for years and succeeded in making America to flee, we are ready to fight Nigeria even more than what Vietnamese did. And we dictate how this particular war will be fought.
Are you paying attention? That's why I told you another very important part is that the decision, the determination, the decision and the determination, the decision to fight and the determination to stay in the fight, never to quit. And most importantly is the direction and the dimension of the war, which will be determined by us. So if the Vietnamese, if the Afghanistans, if the Sudanese, the South Sudanese fought for many years and never surrendered until their nation is guaranteed, their freedom is guaranteed, until their freedom is guaranteed, how then do you think Biafrans will stop at any time soon? Or not even, how then do you think that Biafran can stop until the Zoo government withdraws their military from Biafra land? The only thing we need is the withdrawal of the Zoo military from our land. That is the freedom of Biafra. I have always said it, not Tinubu, not Hopus Odimma, not Okezi Bazu, not Soludo. The withdrawal of the Zoo Janjaweed terrorist military in Biafra land will be the free Biafra. That is the free Biafra we are talking about. Nothing else. Nothing else. The moment they will announce it in Abuja and call off all the soldiers to return back to Abuja, that day will be the day of free Biafra. And you don't just get that with declaration. The declaration will legitimize your nation. And then the freedom that you fight for will begin from the day the Zoo will withdraw their military from Biafra land. That is what we are doing.
We are never going into conventional warfare with Nigeria. But the delegitimization will take a different tone. And what I'm trying to tell you people today is that you must be prepared for a very long years of battle for the legitimacy of Biafra government.
Did you get that? A long years of battle for the legitimacy of Biafra government within Biafra territory. And that is the mass exodus we are talking about. When you hear mass exodus, even the Prime Minister himself that made that declaration, Biafra mass exodus, I'm not sure if he fully understand that word. I believe that God just put it in his mouth and he pronounced it, but I'm not sure if he fully notice or understand what that word stands for. It's just like when he mentioned autopilot. He never knew what that autopilot stands for. God put it in his mouth. He said it, and that word became another thing entirely. This Biafra mass exodus, we are talking about when you come to the city of Madrid. All Biafrans in Madrid will pack their luggages heading to Biafra land. I'm telling you, the next day, the people of Madrid will come out to the street and they will feel a void. They are going to feel something. They will feel that something has left them. They will feel the scanty of the area. They will feel how scanty the area will be. You come to the streets of London. You are no longer seeing Biafrans. The Londoners will feel something. They will know that something has left them. When you come to the city of Bayern, Biafrans have gone. It will be like something just happened and everybody run away. I say everybody run away. Remember, you still have the citizens, you still have other foreigners there, but people will feel that something has happened in this city. When you go to Johannesburg and you don't, Biafrans have left, the citizens will know that something has happened here, something great.